Greetings! Welcome to another installment of Herb by Card. I didn't intend to get so far in between, but oh well. It's summertime. What can I say? I'm busy doing stuff, and every day last week I was going here, going there, and I said, I'll do it, and then I get home and I'm tired, and I'm like, it's not happening today. But guess what? It's happening today. And we are at the moon, and it's called Datura, and this is an interesting plant. That's all I can say. So I've got some words of wisdom for you, and I'm going to read from the book like I always do. This is a Handcrafter's Tarot. If this is the first time you're watching this series, and I'm going through the herbs because I am an herbalist, and I think it's interesting, and it's a good way to learn a little bit something about the herbs. So I go through her book, and then I give you my take and an herbalist's take on the herb that is presented in the card. And the Herbs Crafter's Tarot is written by Letitia Guthrie, and the artwork is by Joanna Powell Colbert. And I think the artwork is fantastically fabulous. So we're at Datura, the moon. Datura species. The moon, face the unknown, enter the luminous darkness. Open your eyes to night blooming magic. A large crystal bowl filled with water sits on a dark velvet cloth. 8 Datura flowers surround the bowl. They unfold from a compact bud into the open form of a chalice. One white flower spins in the bowl as moonbeams hit the water. Intuitive awakening awaits. Datura has a long history of magic and love with witches and cunning folk. The potent seeds and flowers have been used by experienced practitioners to induce alternative states of consciousness. Torn toward mystery with curiosity and courage. Your dreams may be vivid and easy to remember, but also scary and confusing. Datura is a toxic plant whose ingestion can quickly lead to a number of permanent damaging effects. Learn to speak the language of symbol, myth, and metaphor. As Datura blooms with the moonlight, so is it now time to stay awake and witness the magic that dwells in the darkness. Embrace the power of vibrational medicine. Crafting with the moon, and there is something she says here I do not agree with. I will read it, but I do not agree with. Use Datura flying ointment to enhance your dreams. You put something on your skin, your body's going to ingest it. It doesn't matter if it's on your skin, it gets ingested. Cultivate a relationship with the moon and watch your awareness blossom. I think that's a good practice. Go on moonlit walks and seek out other night blooming plants. And there are other night blooming plants. So, I do not recommend Datura as a flying ointment. Nor do I recommend that you experiment with it. Only seek a qualified practitioner who knows how to handle it. And then I would still say, do not experiment with Datura, because you don't want to wind up dead. Alrighty. So, actually, I was quite surprised where I found some information on Datura, and it actually came from the United States Forest Service. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is so unusual. I don't usually source, I've never even thought of sourcing them out for information on plants. But apparently, they have an ethnobotany on wildflowers and stuff. And it even says United States Department of Agriculture, Home, Wildflowers, Ethnobotany, Mind and Spirit, and Solanaceae. And that's the family of the Datura. It's a powerful Solanaceae. And they really have a really nice write-up here. So it's also known as gypsumweed, thornapple, moonflower, and sacred Datura. And here is a poem that they included in this article. It's really interesting. At the time of the white dawn, at the time of the white dawn, I arose and went away. At blue nightfall, I went away. I ate the thornapple leaves, and the leaves made me dizzy. I drank thornapple flowers, and the drink made me stagger. So begins the Pima Datura song, first translated in 1901 from a song poem richly performed by Tohono O'odham shamans of south-central Amazon and northern Sonora, Mexico. This song was sung to bring success with a hunt, but also in cases of sickness, where the characteristic symptoms were vomiting and dizziness. It illustrates the great significance and nature of Datura plants in the oral and sacred traditions of many native cultures. So this blows my mind. This is the U.S. Forest Service, I tell you. Datura species have been revered as sacred visionary plants among almost all cultures around the world that have encountered it. Archaeological evidence shows that Datura has been used for at least 3,000 years in the southwestern United States and either other parts of the world. The Chumash Indians of Southern California used Datura as a sacred and medicinal plant. Archaeologists interpret the spiny silhouette around circles in this pictograph to be Datura fruits. And there's a picture, I even printed it out, of what they believe to be pictures of the Datura plant. So it was widely used in shamanic cultures around the world to enter altered states. And I do know firsthand that some people burn it like an incense. You do not totally, and you don't inhale it, but they burn it as incense, and I don't recommend it. But I know firsthand people do it that way with gypsumweed or the night blooming flowers of Datura or the Solanaceae, So that is food for thought. Also food for thought is the Solanaceae family. Includes plants that we are quite used in our diet. And unless I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure tomatoes and potatoes are of the Solanaceae family. And they can be toxic in large doses. So there's food for thought for that today. So the Datura genus species has 9 to 12 species and widely throughout temperate and warmer parts of the older New World. The plants produce large white to purple-tinged trumpet flowers and spiny round seed pods, which is known as thornapple. Daturas have been used as poisons, medicines, and ritual toxicant agents since time immemorial. Each species has its own characteristic. Strong narcotic, say that 3 times fast, tropane alkaloids, typically scopolamine, atropine, daturine, and strammonine, will also make them among the most dangerous and poisonous plants known. Metalloidine is the principal hallucinogenic, but is only found in one of the 2 species. Ingestion of even small quantities of any plants can cause delirium, frenzy, powerful hallucinations, coma, and death. So when people tell me that plants are not powerful, that they have nothing on prescription drugs, I could kill you with a plant if I wanted to. Not that I would. Disclaimer, I would never harm anybody intentionally. But take that into consideration. Plants are extremely powerful. I can get you high, I can make you sick, and I can make you well with plants. So here's a picture of the wildflowers. Where they're growing. I've seen them growing all over the place. And also they have prepared in New York. It used to be quite a preparation was used as a painkiller. Giving instant relief. Here's a picture of what it would have looked like, and it would have been in the preparation. Okay, and then it has, which is like, I think I'm going to source the Forest Service, because I think they're really great, because they have a lot of stuff. Okay. Did you know angel trumpets are closely related to Daturas are found in Andean tropics of West and South America? Highly toxic like their North American counterparts, these beautifully woody trees and shrubs are nevertheless popular ornaments throughout the world. Some scholars believe that the oracles of Delphi in ancient Greece used the Datura to induce their legendary visions. I've also heard that it was vapors from underground volcanic activity, so I'm not sure. Could be a combination of both. They could be throwing that in the steam. That would make sense, because it wouldn't kill them if, it was just smoking. Datura has been used in an ingredient and ritual practice of zombification in the Caribbean and is locally known as the zombie cucumber. The return of the zombies. Until recently, Datura cigarettes were prescribed to asthma sufferers. Did not know that. Datura plants have been studied for their capacity to absorb heavy metals and biomediation projects. And if you want to get to know herbs, there's something you should know about herbs and biomediation. Challenge you to look up that word. Look it up, see what it means, because it's highly important and it has to do with toxic waste. Some Datura plants produce addictive narcotic nectar to enhance hawk moths to their flowers. And so they get high. The moths gets fly high. Browsing animals usually avoid eating the plants due to its foul odor and taste. And that's good to know, right? That is so good to know. The Chumash Indians of Southern California integrated Datura in their creation mythology. The old grandmother, Momi, turned herself into the plant Datura after the Great Flood, which marked the transition between mythical times and modern world. Georgia O'Keeffe often depicted Datura flowers in her world-famous paintings. She said, "When I think of the delicate fragrance of the flowers, I almost feel the coolness and sweetness of the evening." And here's a Indian plant. Cool. And this is some more pictures that they have on this website, U.S. Forest Service. I'm just shocked that they have all this information. And this is supposedly a Chumash woman with the flowers in her hair. And here's a really nice picture of the flowers. I love it. I love it. So check this out. They have a lot of information. Also, chemical powerhouses, the mighty fungi. That would be really something I would look up. And they also have resource list of where they got a lot of this information, which I say I like, because it doesn't mean they're just pulling it out of nowhere. When you have a resource list of where you got your information, it's very helpful. And so I will end this herb by card, Datura the moon. And next we go on to my favorite plant. So I won't have to prepare much for that at all, because it's my favorite plant. I know it well. So many blessings. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video. Hit subscribe button if you haven't already. And remember to be wild.